Monosi, I was reading your profile. This is what it says. Highlights of early business ventures. Dance business. Queen's cake business. Perfume business. IFA clientele life. Mobile car wash. Physical car wash. Spatlo Kota business. Photography and videography business.
Yeah.
Guys, pillows and duvet business. Used oil recycle business. Sneakers and clothes. Watches business, and then Monosi movement. Tell us about that journey. Why did you start so many businesses, and how did it help you get here?
Yeah. Yeah. Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Lebo Lion with the tweets. Follow me back to my nest. Lebo Lion with the podcast. Teach you lesson cause I got class. Lebo Lion with the impact. You be lying, that's a real fact. Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Lebo Lion with the tweets. Follow me back to my nest.
Welcome to the Lebo Lion Show, where we talk all things entrepreneurship, marketing, branding, and sometimes pop culture. Guys, I just want to thank you for all of the love and support that you've been showing us. Our channel is growing really nicely, and I know that's because of you. And shout out to the Lion Squad, who are always behind all the controversial opinions and ideas that I have. I love you guys. I love that you're open to thinking differently, that you're open to different perspectives. Today, I'm really excited because we're going to be speaking to somebody who I think is a serial entrepreneur. I mean, I read his profile, and guys, he started over 12 businesses before he got to this thing. I counted on the piece of paper, and I was like, this is a real entrepreneur, because that's the real journey that entrepreneurs take. You know, you start and you stop and you try this and you try that until you find the thing that works for you. So I'm really excited for our guest today. But before we do that, remember, we have to pay the bills, guys. Otherwise, we won't have this nice set, and I won't have this hair and this makeup, you know. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share this podcast with anybody who needs to see it. Let's spread the Lebo Lion Show love and make this a movement, because you know how it changes lives. And if you want to get in touch with me about the t-shirts, because I've been seeing on Twitter that a lot of you are asking me to start selling the t-shirts, I will give you details about the t-shirts on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok in the next coming days. We just had to make sure that the product was the right quality, that the t-shirts don't, fade in the washing. I've had this for a month now. It hasn't faded. I wash it every day, every other day. So we're good to go. Good quality, and you'll see on our pages what it all looks like. And also, if you want to get in touch with me for me to interview somebody, please email us. Our email address will be down here below. And I'll also put it in the description section so that you can email me and we can see if we can interview your client or you as an entrepreneur or whatever else you might want us to speak to. Okie dokie, we've done all the admin, we've checked all the boxes. Now it's time to have our conversation. And you know how we do on this podcast, we don't introduce our guests, they introduce themselves. So, please introduce yourself, kind sir.
Thank you so much, Lebo, for having me.
Yes.
My name is Monosi Kotsoe. I'm from Mabopane in Pretoria. So just to summarize a bit, I was raised by both parents, even though they are late now. However, I moved from Pretoria to Johannesburg like 2009 due to work. I've been in corporate spaces, resigning left and right, in between studying smaller businesses and all that. However, fast forward 2019, finally I managed to decide to go big, if I might say, to start a movement, Monosi movement. And 4 years later, I'm here. I'm sitting here with you, and which I'm really happy to be here as well. So that's just the story. I think the rest will come from the interview.
Monosi, thank you so much for coming on to this podcast. I'm actually really excited to have you here, because when I checked out your Instagram page, I loved the aesthetics. I loved the sneakers that you had. I was like, okay, this is a different kind of movement. And when I see the design and I see you, the first thing I think of is heart. Like, it seems like these sneakers are, it's not just a sneaker to you. You don't just make it because you want to make money.
True.
What was the inspiration behind this?
True. I think spot on, Lebo. You are so spot on. I think, let me just rewind a bit. I've been doing a lot of selling. So at some point, I used to stock your famous brand, your Nikes, your what. selling in where I used to work.
Yeah.
So, and also a combination of, I'm from Pretoria. I'm not sure if you know that us from Pretoria, we like things.
Yes.
We like things. We like things.
Yep is in Pretoria, isn't it?
We
Like
like
all these
things,
ratchet
yeah.
clubs are in Pretoria. Sorry, Pretorians.
Yeah. So growing up, knowing things, liking things. So the combination of me selling all those big famous brand as well, we got to a point where obviously it was more of combination of timing as well, with this growing things of local brand coming in.
Yes.
So I've been selling the other brands. Then I decided I think it's time to do my own brand. But however, because like I said, I've been liking things, I knew that, you know what, I don't want to sell something that I really don't like or love. But however, you start somewhere. Our first sneakers were, so I'll say I wasn't really proud of.
Okay.
The first year I wasn't even wearing my own sneakers.
Are you serious?
No.
So why did you
honestly.
launch them into the market?
Honestly. You know, I'll be honest with you. 2019, I resigned October, and I used to travel with this lady, and she knows a lot in terms of, it was time, Lebo. I think for me, it wasn't just the issue. Yes, it's the issue of money. You know, we grew up in a background. I didn't grow up where it's poor, honestly. I wouldn't lie. My parents really worked hard. But however, you could see that, but financial is still some issue. So it wasn't just only about financials. It was more of a calling, if I might say.
Okay.
And that's where also the name came from. It came from it's my name, Monosi is my name, but I got it from my great-grandfather. So there's a lot of spiritual thing for me creating this brand. Hence as well our logo. If you can check our logo, you'll see it's South African map.
Yes.
So it's just more like asking myself many questions during all those failed businesses to say, am I really want to just do something and just no, I wanted to do something that I can be proud of for our country. Hence, is the logo our country, it's Monosi myself, but however, it's a movement of our people as well.
It's
so
a
those
movement of our
combination,
people.
It's a movement to say, us too, we can we can do dope things.
Nice. What does Monosi mean?
Okay, Monosi is a Tswana name.
Yeah.
It's more like Monosi, like Kenosi, you are the one. So it resonated so nicely with our shoes because of most of our customers, when they are wearing our shoes, they feel that uniqueness that I'm the one. So that's the thing. So like I said briefly, where we started with our sneakers, I was not proud, but we keep on reinvesting back in the business, recreating up until we launch these sneakers, which we call them Victory.
Yes.
Which we feel we are victorious
So
on
this
sneakers.
model is called Victory.
This model.
Okay.
Yeah. And also we designed the sneakers from scratch, from the drawing, from like it took a lot of hard work.
So, and sorry, congratulations. Before I actually start asking you all these controversial questions that I want to ask you, because sometimes my brain goes everywhere.
That's right.
But you know, there's a whole conversation that's happening online, and I'm sure you're aware of it.
Yeah.
Of people saying all these other famous South African sneaker brands aren't really South African because it's not really made here. What are your thoughts about that conversation?
Yeah.
Tell us the truth. Why is it
I'll
that
be
the
honest,
sneakers aren't made here often?
Yeah. No, absolutely. We get that a lot. And I think from my side, honestly, is the issue of educational. We need to educate each other in terms of customers from the other side. Obviously, they view things from the other side. But us as entrepreneurs, we are from the inside. And the reality is that to really produce from South Africa, to say, put the factories there, put the machine there, already we are at a disadvantage. Like from myself, I had to take my whole Provident Fund to risk and start this business.
Entire Provident Fund?
Entire Provident Fund. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's some of the things that we just need to educate each other, that it requires over 50 million to start a factory. You start a factory for a business that you don't know that it's going to succeed.
Yeah.
So the vision is to get there, to say, you know what, let's bring the manufacturing home, but we start somewhere. But however, when you speak about local brand, what is local brand? I'm Monosi, I'm born here, I'm a local guy, this is a local brand, it's registered here, I'm hiring people from here, it's a local, that's what local is.
Yes.
In terms of the manufacturing, it's a vision, it's a dream, we'll get there, especially with the support from the customers, we'll definitely get there.
Absolutely. I love the way that you explained it, because the other day I was watching a documentary about Nike,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about how Nike was created.
Yeah.
And for the first, I think it was 5 years of Nike's
Yeah.
existence, they made the shoe in Japan or China, one of the
Japan.
two.
It's Japan.
Japan, yeah. So, I mean, even with Americans who have really vibrant economies and infrastructure, when they start businesses, a lot of them still go to China or Japan or Asia to get the beginning of their business started, you know? So it's a little bit unfair for consumers in South Africa to expect South African entrepreneurs from day one
Day one
to
to
do
have a factory.
everything from scratch when nobody else in the world is doing that. Even Apple
Yes, absolutely.
was getting their stuff from China
Absolutely.
before they moved
Yeah.
a bit more of their production line into
Yeah.
the States.
Yeah.
So this is not uncommon. It's not
Yeah.
because South Africans are lazy. That's how business is done, right?
Spot
So
on,
I
Lebo.
love that you
Spot on,
shared
spot on,
that,
spot
because
on.
people need to understand, like you said, entrepreneurs have a very different perspective, because you
Yeah.
are investing more
Yeah.
than the consumer is
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the story.
yeah. And spot on, just to add on that as well, because
Yeah.
it's funny because of even your Nike still today, even though they've got billions and billions, like I challenge everyone to say, go to any local stores, big stores,
Yeah.
grab a Nike, and if you can bring a Nike that says made in USA, I'll definitely give you a sneaker for free. In South Africa.
Exactly. We've got a challenge for you
Yeah.
guys.
Even though because of those things, there's cost involved and all that. But however,
Yes.
our dream is to try to bring the manufacturing locally.
Absolutely. I mean, that is where the big money is, right? Once you're manufacturing, you're basically owning more than 50% of that supply
Yeah,
chain.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's important for us to have manufacturing in the country. And I mean, it's so weird. So when people were having that conversation online, I also just did a bit of my research and I found out about our textile industries, right? And how it was actually declining during apartheid because so many countries were, what's the word? I forgot the word. But you know when you kind of ban another country
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't like what they're doing in their country. That's what
Yeah.
they did to the apartheid
Yeah,
government. They were
yeah.
like, we're anti-apartheid, so because you guys are like this, we're not going to trade with you.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's how our
yeah.
textile economy
Yeah, yeah,
and our factories kind of just started to
True,
shut down
true,
because they
true.
weren't being used.
True,
You know, so
true,
there's
yeah.
so many even structural, historical reasons why we don't have factories, why our entrepreneurs have to import.
Yeah.
And all of these crazy things. And like you said, I implore everybody, please do your research before you get on your phone and you just tweet things that don't make sense. Because a lot of us are just being mean to each other
We
for no
get in
reason.
that a lot,
Right?
a lot. But I understand. Hence, like I said,
Yeah.
it's an educational thing,
Yeah.
and also the support as we grow. Like I said, we still don't have any the funding or anything. We're still using our own money. But however,
Self-funded, yeah.
I'm trying to say we also need the government to come in place to be able to assist because of we know. I mean, imagine now if we had a factory, we have a load shedding issue. We have so there's a lot of things that goes as within those lines. But we are positive. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's such a positive attitude.
Yeah.
So, Monosi, I was reading your profile. This is what it says. Highlights of early business ventures. Dance business. Queen's cake business. Perfume business. IFA clientele life. Mobile car wash. Physical car wash. Spatlo Kota business. Photography and videography business.
Yeah.
Guys, pillows and duvet business. Used oil recycle business. Sneakers and clothes. Watches business, and then Monosi movement. Tell us about that journey. Why did you start so many businesses, and how did it help you get here?
I like that level. To be honest, I think when I started, I wasn't more cautious in terms of I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was more of, yes, like I said, I grew in an average family. We were not struggling, but you could hear the conversations in the bedroom to say, oh, there's no this, there's no that. So you start realizing, hey, money is important. However, a combination of liking things, going to groove, jiving, you learn how to jive, you know things. You see people saying, oh, teach me this, and you can, all those things. But however, I would say those small journeys, I think they help me a lot. Those compound learnings, failings, because sometimes I always question this in terms of, did I really fail or did I? But later, in hindsight, I realized that it was necessary.
Okay.
It was necessary, and those things, they lead to, it's more like a stairs.
Yes.
It leads you to another thing. Especially when you, like, this is one other thing that I would like to mention as I operate more on trying to understand myself. I think I like to go back and look at my journey to say, okay, why I learned this. And later on, these things, the combination of all these things, you'll find that they help you to do more other things. Keep chasing, keep chasing, keep chasing. And to add on that level, it's dreaming. Or you see, dreaming. I think I grew up more. I like dreaming and dreaming. And the difference to get to this point, I'll say, level was more like dreaming big, and the combination also of being in corporate. I would like to stress the importance of doing the 9 to 5, whether is in corporate or wherever. It was important for me because I got to learn a lot of things. I always like to observing my managers, my MDs, my CEOs. I'm fascinated by that. I've seen them building things, and hence up to today, some of them, 2 or 3 of them, my CEOs, they're still at my mentors. I can call them. Because I've built those relationships. I remember I used to go into their office to say, hey, Jake, I like how you do this. Hey, how do you? So I didn't know what I was doing then. Like doing videographies, I didn't know. It was just opportunities that come. Like I can give you an example. When we get to the camera and the video, my cousin had a camera. Then we were like, you know what? Maybe I can make money with this. I started knocking and those kind of things, and you realize, oh. And also, I used to work for this company called TCC, the Creative Council.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they went to Wits. I know the 2 Jewish boys.
Those guys as well. I used to admire those guys, Gil and Ryan.
Yes.
So back then, I used to work for them as a promoter in Hatfield, doing this promoting stuff. So you didn't get paid there. I can't remember what happened. But however, we were promoting some big brands. So we had some gift to give to people.
Yeah.
But because we didn't get paid, we had those gifts. And we're like, me and my friend were like, we're having these training things to give to customers. We're like, we can sell these things. And we did sell those things.
Wow.
And they were booming.
Really?
So if you can check my story, you'll realize that it's just me being an opportunist and also being me not being afraid to try many things. And guess what? Fast forward 5 years later, I worked for the same company, TCC, in the head office as a data analyst, because at my background as well, I did information technology, but more on data reporting and so my step, it's been God. I don't want to lie. It's been God. It's been me grabbing the opportunities. It's been me believing in myself. And also understanding that you start small, man. You start small, but dreaming big. Your level.
You know, you spoke about TCC, guys. I've been a promoter for TCC as well. I did TCC promotion. I think it was in first year because I needed more money. Yeah. And that thing will teach you how to sell because it is war.
Exactly.
Like you see all these promotions, girls looking cute and smiling. It's war, guys. I'm telling you now, that thing taught me how to deal with people. Yeah. How to communicate, how to sell, and how to smile in the face of adversity, right? It does so because sometimes you're waiting and you don't sell anything for 3 hours. And you still have to be positive when the next person comes and not show them that you haven't moved any stock. So that's a hectic job. And what I hear from what you were saying is basically sell.
Yeah, sell.
What is the value of having the skill of selling?
On that, I think, in my opinion, is one of the important skill for an entrepreneur, especially when you're just starting, because that's what saved us. That's what saved us to say, like, for example, let me just give an example. I was like you could ask, I failed many times, I've resigned, I've got cars repossessed in the process and all that.
Really? You went through the entrepreneur, you went through that?
Like all those. But however, this time, I did the calculation to say, okay, let me just give an example. Maybe I was earning 500 per day. Yeah. When you calculate it per month. But here I was like, okay, if I can get this shoe and sell it 1.2, or if I can sell 1 shoe a day, which I know I can, or sell 3 shoes a day, I can actually make it here. So I'm trying to show you this point that if you can sell, you can survive many things, guys. Because when you start, you just need money.
Yes.
You just need money to say, I can sell this and make money. And that helped us a lot. And even today, we know that we can sell.
Yes.
We can sell. Myself and our team, we can sell. And I understood from the beginning that I need to be on the ground. I need to be on the ground, be able to start a car. Like a few weeks back, we were at Rustenburg Mall. If I can tell you that story, you'll laugh because of I'm also operating in. I jump in.
Yes.
I jump in. I operate best that way. And I think that's one of the things that I want us to touch on, to say you also need to understand how you are wired. We are wired differently.
Yes.
We are wired differently. So knowing yourself, to say, myself as Monosi, like I said, that I've resigned, I knew that I operate better with higher risks. I took my provident fund, all of it into business. However, I took my pay slip and I bought a property.
I see.
So I knew that the property, this, I can't fail.
Yes.
I can't fail this time. I have to make it work. But however, the sale is number one, the thing that will make you thrive.
What I've seen with a lot of entrepreneurs is they almost, we're living in a social media era.
Yeah.
Anyone can be famous from social media. So a lot of us have the wrong perception of how to engage with others.
Yeah.
So I find that what I've experienced is people think selling is more about who you're aligned to and not what you are providing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the ego around selling. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, that I'll say for ourselves, it was more like we also saw an opportunity in this thing of online.
Yeah.
Right? And myself, I'm sure, maybe, I'm not sure if you've noticed that I stutter a bit. But however, when you believe in your product, a lot of things becomes easier, where, yes, at first we had to approach customers face to face and explain about the product. But however, I think I've mentioned about knowing yourself, understanding your strong point and your weak point. However, and also the importance of, one of my background as well, I've worked in research companies.
Yes.
So it helped me to understand also humanity,
Yes.
how to deal with people, and how to separate as well your ego, to say, I have to put my egos on the side, here I have to sell. So those small combination of all those things, and also combination of what I'm trying to mention in terms of the internet, to know that, okay, maybe I might not be able to approach people, but here's the internet thing. And we ran with that thing because we realized that hence the first time when we started this, we've opened the online store as well, because we knew that we just need to put our product there and market. We don't have to be there face to face, because also I'm still yet deciding as well whether I want to be there, the face, or not. You have to try to understand what you are trying to build, what's your strongest point, what's your weak point, what you want to do. But however, at the beginning of your journey, you just have to do almost everything. And I've checked your story, and I'm sure you know that you become everything.
Everything.
So at the beginning, it's not much about you want to do this or you don't want to do this. It's, you have to pay the bills. So go there and sell, whether you do it social media, but social media does the things.
Let's talk about how social media does the things. Because a lot of entrepreneurs, I give talks at a lot of entrepreneurial events, right? And entrepreneurs will say, but I don't have time to do social media. I've got a business to run. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Are we running our businesses if we have social media accounts, or are we just playing?
It's a combination now, because now I believe, yes, you are an entrepreneur, you are starting, and you have to do these things. Like from my side, now we have a team of 7, but prior to that, like I said, I had to do everything. The social media, and if you can go back and check our content where we started, everything was just, and I think even now, it's not to the proper. So one of the things, that thing, you don't have to, for me, you don't have to tick all the boxes to make sure that everything is perfect. And I've seen this a lot with a lot of entrepreneurs when you start to say, no, I don't have this, no, this thing must be, just jump in and start. And I think for me, it worked better because of my background of data. I understand the importance of jumping in, getting all the data and analyzing it and try to work from there. So whichever way. And let me come to the story that I was trying to tell you about the Rustenburg.
Yes.
I was preparing to go home. I'm original from Rustenburg, but left a long time ago. So I wanted to go home to say, okay, Friday I want to go home to Rustenburg. Then Thursday, I was like, no man, I can't just go to Rustenburg. Let me just grab few stock and maybe park at Rustenburg Mall and just sell there. And I tell the team, hey guys, no, I know what I'm thinking of this. And the guy said, no, let's do it. Put the stock and then pump in on social media. Advertising, pumping ads, pumping money. And on our way on Saturday, going to Rustenburg, we get a call. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm the landlord of Rustenburg Mall. I see that this thing is trending on social media that you guys are coming to Rustenburg Mall. But wait, we're in Rustenburg Mall because we don't know that you guys are coming.
Oh, Lord.
So you see, those are some of the things where if you don't jump in and just act, fast forward, a week later, that guy hooked us up with a lady who's handling all these things. And a week after, we went with a proper structure. We paid for all those things. So my point is that if you don't jump into these things, whether it's social media, whether it's, you wouldn't know what you don't know, and you wouldn't have the data to try to work on and make things better. Well,
So if you had to advise the entrepreneurs watching, right, and we asked you what's one thing, just one, there are many I'm sure, but
Yeah.
what's one thing that you've done online that changed your business?
I'll say, and I see this a lot. A lot of entrepreneurs are afraid of pumping money in marketing. They're afraid of pumping money in marketing, and we got to understand. Like, let me give you an example. If you want to sell 10 sneakers, ideally you have to understand that, okay, maybe I need to reach, let's say, maybe 5,000 people to get maybe that 10, which means you have to pump in maybe 4,000, 5,000. So those kind of things, like for example, some guys will pump in, no, I'm doing 200 rand a week on ads, but you see those things. So from my side, I say, pump money into marketing. Don't be afraid to pump money into marketing because you'll get huge load of traffic, and from that traffic, you'll get a bit of sales. Obviously, we know that, like, let me give you an example. From our store, average, we're getting about 1,000 unique customers a day.
Wow.
Into our store.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how much we're pumping money.
Yeah.
So I'll say that, but obviously it goes back to, are you believing in your brand as well? Are you believing in your brand? Because of some of the decisions, a combination of you still with your brand,
Not
you
sure.
still. Hence, we had to work on our sneaker continuously to say, no, man. Up until today, I wear only my sneaker, and I'm comfortable.
Yes.
Even like now, I'm not sure if you've seen, we're dealing with some celebrities. I'm proudly, when I give someone, I know that, you know what, we've worked here. We've worked. We are not there yet, but I can proudly say this. So it's a combination of those things that if you are not really proud, you'll do things like, and so I'll say pump money in your marketing because sales, you want to get sales to survive.
I love that.
Cash flow, yeah.
I love that, guys. Pump money into your marketing. I get it when I say these things. People say, I'm dreaming, I'm in la la land. Here's an entrepreneur who's making money from pumping money into marketing. So it is very important. Marketing literally pivots how you make money, the kinds of sales that you make, the direction of your traffic. It's powerful. So, guys, don't undermine marketing. Now,
And sorry, Lebo, just
Yes.
to add on that as well, and also understanding sometimes it's not only about sales. I understand, yes, we need money, but sometimes it's not about sales. Sometimes it's about awareness because it's the question of, do people know this brand
Yes.
as well? Sometimes you'll pump money without getting the sales, but that data that you are getting back is so
Yes.
important. So yeah.
Yes. I agree with you. You know, you were speaking about the fact that you wear your own brand, right? And you have to be proud of what you make. But then you also told us that when you started, you were not happy with that first sneaker. How do we jump from I'm not happy to the first product I put to the market to I'm proud of it?
Yeah.
What are the things, I think what I'm asking is, what are the things that in the beginning an entrepreneur should prioritize?
Yeah.
Because if somebody's watching, they go, but he's proud of his product. Maybe I shouldn't go
Yeah.
in until I'm proud of the
Yeah.
product. What are the things we should be prioritizing when we start so that we can just start in a way that makes sense for our growth?
I would say, firstly, and I think I've briefly spoke about it, because there's this wave where, yes, there's this thing, no, let's push entrepreneurship, is good. But I'll say it's very important to try to understand yourself, how you are wired, what makes you tick and what doesn't make you tick. Because by doing that, you'll also understand that, do I like the fashion space, or do I like let's say the makeup, or do I understand that? Because I've seen now there's this thing where people, when they see sneakers, everyone is jumping. It's like now everyone is doing sneakers. Everyone is doing urban. Is that, and you'll find yourself struggling because you'll find that maybe it's not aligned with who you are as well. So I think those are the first steps. And the second steps, when you get to a product, I don't think we'll ever get to the perfection. Even your Apples of today's, your BMW, they're still even not perfect. So it's not about the perfection. It's just to start with what you can. Remember as well is the issue of the budget as well, the minimum budget. If I had to tell you, before this, initially Monosi movement was about the watches. We tried to start with the watches, but the quality was horrible as well. So just also try to benchmark yourself to understand it's called a minimum viable product that you can go with to the market as well. To say, but at least here, like for example, in our case, the quality was not great, but the design was sick. So at least have something that can make a tick from your 5 boxes maybe, and just run with it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Don't wait to have all the ticks as well, because of when you do that as well, all the data that you're going to get back, the customers will tell you about your product.
Yes.
Because as well, one thing that I feel is also crucial is that get the feedback from your customers. Don't be carried to think, wow, this is dope. So with us is that we've been listening to our customers, and I think my background of data and research as well helped me to navigate this, because we understand feedback is so crucial. Because sometimes understanding that why the customers buy your sneakers as well, because sometimes you'll think they're buying it for quality, only find out it's not quality. And in our case, that was exactly that when we started. They were buying it, but because the design were unique.
I see.
So you get to understand, and also that helps you to shape all other things in terms of brand identity, strategy. Because of those things, I believe you can try to get them right after you get the data, after you jumped in, and then you go back, because now you know.
Yes.
Unlike creating, for example, business plan before, because of you, we all know.
Exactly.
We all know you create, everything will make sense, the spreadsheet will, but you know that when you go to your market, what you're going to get back is different.
Absolutely.
So mostly here, our customers tell us, yo, dude, your comfort in your sneakers, I feel unique, and we also ask them, what can we improve? So you keep on changing there, and it's also challenging. It's nice when we say it like now to say keep on what, because of also you're trying to survive.
Yes.
Like from my side, taking all the sales money, putting all back to it's
painful.
But however, it's a combination also. Are you passionate with what you're doing as well?
Yes.
We love what we're doing. Like I talk about this every day. It's what I do.
Yes.
But there's huge sacrifices as well. That's one of the things.
Huge.
That's one of the things. Well, understand what are you willing to sacrifice.
Yes.
Understand.
I love that when you said understand what you're trying to sacrifice or willing to sacrifice. I always say to my friends, I'm broke.
Yeah.
All the money I make goes back into everything I'm doing. I don't have that lifestyle money that people. No, I am broke because everything I do, I reinvest into everything I'm doing. And that's because I believe in what I'm trying to build. And I think a lot of people want to have a lifestyle and show themselves as something, and they don't want that uncool period of building. It's not cool because you're not going to be liked by everybody. You're not going to be able to go to many things. You won't be able to do a lot of things, but you'll be able to keep your business alive, which is the most important thing, right?
And I think, just to add or two to what you are saying and what you've asked me, I think also one important thing, understand why you are doing what you're doing. Because I also realized we're doing things for different reasons. And it's okay. Yeah. Some said, I'm doing it for lifestyle. I want money to pay for my whatever, Lambo, or some I want this to live in Hyde Park. Some I want for different reasons. It's okay because once you understand your why, like for us here, we're trying to build something so huge that we can sit there and be proud in terms of what you've done.
So you want to take it international?
Like JSE International,
Hectic.
align those lines,
Yeah.
and so understand what you are trying to do, and also after you understand that this might take long. We understand here we are playing a long game.
Hey.
We are playing a long game. Like for example, I'm not sure if you've seen in this local sneaker brand, there are some where you can just grab a sneaker and just put a logo. There are some which is okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with anyone doing it. However, because I understand you don't understand their why.
Yes.
Because of also from our side, people of our skin, we know that most of our thing we are operating on hungry stomach, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
And sometimes when Lebo said, "No, do this," it's like, Lebo, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Yes.
So sometimes we need to feed the stomach. That's a reality. That's
That
a
is
reality.
the reality.
Well,
So you're right.
That's a reality.
Yeah.
So it's not a straight line, and you know that. Yeah.
You're right. And I like that you said, I'm hungry now. A lot of people don't actually, and Jacob is laughing
Yeah.
and the crew is like, "Nishlagan." He is telling the truth.
Yeah.
But what's also quite funny is that if you're an entrepreneur and you haven't reached where you want to reach, it doesn't matter if people think you've succeeded
Yeah,
or not,
yeah.
you're also hungry now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I'm not eating what I want to be eating
Yeah.
because I'm hungry now because
Yeah.
I have to reinvest.
Yeah, yeah.
So when somebody's sitting in front of you like me saying, do this, guys, it's because I used to do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember when I started online about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I keep forgetting how long ago it was. I didn't have
Yeah.
a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I would literally, my phone, luckily someone bought me an iPhone,
Yeah.
but I literally, guys, I looked so uncool. I looked terrible doing these videos, but I did them anyway,
Yeah,
and I had to just grow
absolutely.
in front of people.
Absolutely.
And I remember going to spaces when I get invited and they'd say, "Oh, but aren't you embarrassed
Yeah.
about just showing up like that?" I'm like, "No, I really want to do this thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. The day I have the money to do
Yeah.
more, I will do more. Now I can afford the weaves and the makeup
Exactly.
because I've grown over time in front of people.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of entrepreneurs are afraid to grow in front of other people and say, "No, but I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm hungry
Yeah.
like this now."
Yeah.
And it's okay. There's no shame.
Yeah.
If you have to eat bread and water for a year, you're going to eat bread and water for a year. It is what it is.
We go through
You know?
a lot.
And we all go through it, and you just don't see it because it's packaged nice.
Yeah, exactly.
They see your shop, they see the
Yeah.
website. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, these people are fine.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
hungry, we're building. We're African people. It's not
Yeah.
that easy just to be full and okay
Yeah.
very quickly, even if you are making sales.
Yeah.
So I love that you're saying that.
And-
Also, do you want to add a
I
point, Josh?
I would love to
Please
add on
do.
that because of also I think what helps is learning also from the guys that been in that journey as well. It
Yes.
helps. Like for example, on my side, having those mentorships, guys, and also trying to read. Okay, my background, I'm not the guy who likes to read but
You're not
I
a
had
reader.
to. But I had to because I realized the importance of that. Like for example, I prefer your biographies. And that's when you realize that this journey that you are going through, the pain that you're going through, it's normal. It's actually normal.
It's part of the
actually
process.
normal. It's part of the process. And also when you start meeting also these other guys as well that you aspire to, you realize nobody got it figured out.
Yes.
Nobody got it all figured out. Like even today, like no. And then you realize that
It's okay.
It's okay.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Let's keep going. So it's a combination as well of playing a long game, but however having those short game as well. So that's just it.
For the sake of not seeming overly motivational,
Yes.
because I know
Oh,
people will
yeah,
say, "Oh,
yeah.
but you guys aren't telling us the full story."
Yeah, okay.
You said you had points where your car was getting repossessed.
Yeah.
What was that feeling? What happens in life when that's happening, but you have this dream of creating a business that outgrows you?
Yeah, that I remember that very well. I had resigned and I didn't know what I was going to do. And the reason that I resigned that time is that I didn't like that company. I think I worked for about a week or two.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're
and then
like
I
me.
resigned. Yeah, then I resigned. However, I had a bit of savings, so I stocked pillows. I sold pillows in a mall. I was doing good, honestly. I think I was doing about 5K a week or so. Not bad. But however, you know this thing of sometimes the money, and like not sometimes, always, the money that you make in terms of gross, it doesn't necessarily mean it's your money. There's a lot of operational costs and all that. So I couldn't afford to pay at my car. And it dragged. But I also understand, like I said myself, that I can take up the anxiety up to here. There's a point where I want to release myself. I even call the guys to say, guys, because they've been calling me.
You released yourself.
So I released myself.
Wow.
And I think that what helped me as well, I'll say, losing at my parent as well helped me to realize that things of this world as well, I learned at an early age to detach myself from many
Material
things.
things.
Yeah, material. So I'm not afraid of losing anything.
Really?
I
Even
think
now? Like, if
even
you
now.
had to lose, you'd be fine?
Hence, I risk what I've risked. I was
Wow.
as long as I cannot lose myself.
Yeah.
As long as I cannot lose myself. And that's what happened. They took their car. I went back to corporate as well, started again, building up and all that. But there's anxieties, there's all those things. You end up like losing relationships because they're like, well, no, you are too risky. You are too risky. I mean,
So women don't want to date you?
not necessarily women don't want to date you. I mean like you lose the ones that you are with because they're like, no, dude, you are like, because you've got this burning thing in you. The thing is, when you have this burning thing in you, Lebo, you don't want to hear anything. Like that's what. And sometimes it's not for people to understand your journey or what. And because especially family, we get this a lot. Say, hey, my family are not supporting me, and I always say, guys, sometimes it's because of it's love from your family, just that you don't see it. It's that they don't want to see you suffering. So they're like, no, maybe don't resign, or maybe don't, or your friends, like this, like maybe this thing say, people are saying, no, your friends are not supporting. Sometimes it's not about that. I always say, do you support all your friends in their businesses, in everything they have? It's almost impossible. Sometimes your friend don't like your sneakers. It's not their style. It's not, and it's okay with that. And sometimes don't forget as well, rewind and ask yourself why we are friends. It wasn't about the sneakers, maybe. So all these things. And for me is that I go back and ask myself this question. And I'm honest with myself as well. So it helps. So just to summarize, character as well is crucial in I know it sounds all motivational, but it's the things that really helped us, and they're still helping us now to try to thrive.
How do you maintain a sense of yourself through your entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah, no, I like that. And it's those things that I realized in my journey. Like, for example, I realized the importance of eating right. Because of why? Eating right, you realize that, you need energy to operate in your full day. So eating certain food, even though it sounds easy now when I say it honestly, it's hard. It's hard.
Entrepreneurship.
It's hard.
So
those kind of things.
Yeah.
And also I exercise.
Yes.
I prefer to jog because it helps with my mental stress and all that. And also association, the circle that you are in. You had to lose a lot of friends.
Yes.
A lot of friends that you feel like we are not aligned and all that. And also, cutting a lot of things that you feel that are not aligned with your energy. Or like for example, myself, and I don't groove. Like you can't even say, come groove, let's groove here, because I'm not
doesn't align
anymore. It
Yeah.
doesn't. So it's those combination of those things
Yeah.
that really helps. And the consistency of doing them on a daily basis. I believe in every day you have a day, so you have to do those things every day. But we know it's hard. It's so
It is
hard.
very hard.
Guys.
You know, it's so interesting
It's
that you
so
talk about
hard.
groove. Because I used to love groove, guys. Like,
Same
I went
here,
out,
same
okay?
here.
I won't even lie to you and pretend. I used to love groove.
Same
But the
here.
moment I started having to put a lot of money
Same here.
into what I'm doing, I realized that the club was not a place for me. You know, it's just the energies, the mentality. It doesn't fit where I'm trying to go. You know, and I think a lot of people don't realize that if you're serious about being an entrepreneur, these things just come to you and you have
Yeah.
to make a decision.
Yeah.
Like you go,
Yeah.
no, but every time I go here, I wake up late, I can't go to the gym, I'm hungover.
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
eat junk food because now the babalas or whatever it may be. So it takes you back 2 days, 3 days.
Exactly.
You know, and then you're like,
Yeah.
so why am I going to the club? Because my business is suffering.
Right.
You know, my mental health is suffering because like it's not my kind of place anymore. I think it's good if you are in the business of groove.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
if you're not in the business of
Yeah.
groove and you're an entrepreneur selling other things, I wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
being in party spaces.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think they help you grow in any
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
shape or form.
Yeah.
So I love that. Let me ask the crew, do you guys have questions? Oh, they have questions. Hectic. Okay, let's start. Jacob, as usual, the people's favorite.
I don't know why Lebo says it's hard to eat, but she eats vegan food. I hope you don't eat vegan food.
Lebo eats vegan food.
I think for me, number one, it's that, I really want to commend you for, wanting to start your own thing. I think it's high time that we start owning our own things, pouring back into ourselves and believing in the visions that we have. I think one question that I have for you right now is that you coming from Pretoria, Pretoria is a groove
Central,
right? Yeah. There's Brooklyn, there's Ayep. So what made you decide not to go that safe route where you guaranteed you'll make your money back, your provident fund, as you said, for you to now go into this risky business to open a sneaker business when there are other sneakers that are now established and other local sneakers that are already established now in SA.
Wait, so are you asking him why he didn't go into the groove industry or why he didn't sell in Pretoria?
No, why he didn't go that route to actually own a groove establishment? Because when you read his bio, there's a Queen's Cake business somewhere there, what made him to go this route than going there? Okay, I can own it like an establishment. It's easy for me to make money like that and make my provident fund back.
No, definitely. I hear that. But I think for me, like how I briefly said, is I managed to understand at myself things that I like and things that I don't like. So even now, even to this day, there are some, okay, I'll get to that. So it was more of understanding Gutimina. I don't like doing certain businesses. And even today, I'm clear with that. There are certain businesses, regardless, even if you come to say, oh, there's billions in this business, it's not for me, you see. So I got to understand that for me, I'm more on, and for now, obviously these things expand, you change things. So the sneaker was easier for me to start then because of already I was selling sneakers, your Nikes, your what. So I already understood a bit of the industry as well. However, but like I said, understanding how you are wired to say, do I really like this business? Because of one thing that I didn't mention to Lebo is one of the reasons why I've been trying entrepreneurship. It's freedom, honestly. I don't want to lie. It's freedom. And freedom is different to different people. Your kind of freedom is different to my kind of freedom. So for me, and hence also we went the online route, the what. So I was like, I would like to do something that one day I can sit wherever I want to sit and it can still run and operate. However, also dealing with people, there are ways of dealing with people. This is a certain way I would love to deal with people. How I'll make them feel, like now, how we're making our customers feel. Every now and then we get that feel to say, dude, oh wow, I got in there and I felt so unique and confident. So just to summarize, it's just deciding what you want to do and be true to that. And sometimes you can do that, but to get to a next level, you gotta do what you gotta do. But for me, it was like I already understood what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And also the risk, I believe there's the risk in everything. I also believe there's the risk in everything. So you just have to choose which risk are you willing to take.
Other questions from the crew? Hello.
Hi. Sia, by the way.
Hi, Sia.
I'm not sure if Lebo covered this, but I just want to ask, we proper digital nowadays.
Yeah.
Right? Is it more like if I'm starting, let's say I want to start a sneaker business, would you maybe would you recommend for me to start with brick and wall or just online or just both?
I think that one is easy, definitely online, brother, and based on the cost. Unless if maybe you've got millions already, but I'll say online because of the cost. It's so low to get in with the cost. Like for example, I started from my flat. My flat was the warehouse, was the office, was everything. The cost was minimal. The cost was so minimal, and also the reach as well. Remember the physical store. If you have a store in a certain place, people around that area will come there. But with the online, like now, we're delivering nationwide. And the first day or the second day when we started this, we reached nationwide and we got sales nationwide. So it's easier as well, especially when you start with minimal budget, to go online because of you can literally get the sale the same day, and that's what happened. Like we've never stopped, luckily, but obviously it's hard work and all that. But I'll definitely recommend that online. And what's nice with online is that you can either go the formal online store, or you can DM for order. That like
WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp. Yes. So you can start like now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You honestly can. And you know, to add to that, because I keep saying to people, for me, it's always e-commerce over
Yeah.
brick and mortar,
Yeah.
traditional
Yeah.
retail.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, I've been in retail, so
Yeah.
I understand the retail model and whatever.
yeah.
And I think people don't understand that. I know in South Africa and Africa, a lot of our thought leaders say social media is the future. No, social
Yeah.
media is now.
Yeah.
The future is AI.
Yeah.
The future is robotics. This means we might not even need to have factories to make sneakers because we'll have 3D printers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so like there's
Yeah.
so much that's going on in the world that for you not to have a tech element to what you do is almost like you're trying to make yourself irrelevant.
Yeah.
And the easiest tech thing you can have in your business is social media, because social media is technology. It is a media platform, but it is also considered tech. So it helps you understand how all of these things work without you having to put in a heavy financial investment or having hectic technological knowledge to be able to participate, right? So for me, I always say to people, definitely online.
Yeah.
The cost of everything is even, like you said, it's lower. Like, why wouldn't you be online? You know, and the myth, because I went to the Zebra Bank. They invited me to an event, and Richard Branson was there. And the CEO of one of our biggest e-commerce stores, brands in South Africa, was sharing a stage with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he said, so someone was talking about Africa, right? And they asked him a question about, like, is it easy to have an e-commerce store in South Africa? And the CEO said, no, it's really hard because there's no infrastructure, so it's hard to reach people. That's why our LSM is from 7 to 10.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously I cringe because I'm like, that's a lie. You know, I can't believe that that's the mentality now. And even Richard Branson sat there and he said, no, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, the infrastructure is not so bad, especially in South Africa, that you wouldn't be able to reach a whole lot of people, as in deliver the sneakers to a whole lot of people. And that CEO was saying, no, actually, we can only deliver to the suburbs.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
guy was like, no,
No,
that
no,
doesn't make
no,
any sense.
no,
Can we
absolutely.
just touch on that idea that in Africa, we can't do e-commerce because you can't deliver to all places? How does it work if I'm a business owner and I want to deliver to people, but we are told that you can't reach those areas?
Yeah, I think that as well. We've never experienced it so big. Honestly, I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
Because of the courier companies now, how they work as well is that they extend themselves. They use the third parties as well to get to the rurals of the rurals as well. And also there's different, if you don't use the courier guys as well, there's a lot of options as well. Like for example, your Pexi for Pep. There's a lot of options. And
Pudo,
and
all of
Pudo,
those, yeah.
there's a lot. And also just to add what you've said and Sia's question, I'll also say for us as well, it was the issue of trying to understand the market, that you want to be in the, like for example, when people said, no, there's an issue on infrastructure, not everybody want to buy online. For us, it was like, there's an opportunity there because you want to be in a space where it has a potential to grow. It's not already overcrowded. So it's just depending on what you are trying to achieve. So basically, it's like you want to be in a space where to know that there's going to be a party somewhere next year and prepare, or you want to wake up tomorrow, there's a party here.
Yes.
So for us, we know, and we've seen that with our customers. We get a lot of guys, they don't know how to use online, but we took an opportunity to say, if we can teach this guy how to buy online, they'll be our customers for a long time. So there's a huge advantage in being in that position. But however, I think South Africa is growing online. People are starting to understand, but the issue is this thing now of scammers and all that. So you come across all those things. That's why it's important to really build a brand, not just to focus on just sales. But again, it depends what you are trying to achieve.
Build a brand, he said. Build a brand. Build a brand. I love that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Or are we good from the floor? We have another question? You're good. Okay. So before we finish off our lovely conversation, and I'm sure everyone watching is getting a lot from this, because what I love about what you've been saying, Monosi, is that you've been giving us real life examples, real life, lessons, things that we can actually use. And that's what we need out there, content that gives us the truth of the experience, the truth of the process, so that we actually can grow our businesses and our brands. So before we go, I want to put you on the spot.
All right.
Got this beautiful Monosi Movement sneaker. And I want you to sell this to us, an elevator pitch style,
Okay.
to our audience. Should we give you 1 minute, 2 minutes? Guys, how long should we? Usually elevator pitches are 1 minute. Are you ready?
I can try.
Do you want to stand? Do you want to sit? Do you want your sneaker? How do you want to do it?
No, I
It's
can
up to
try.
you.
No,
Okay,
I can
good.
try. I can
Go
try.
anytime you're ready. Wait, let me actually get my time. Let's do this. 1 minute. Guys, it's tough here on the Lebo Lion show. Okay, timer is set for 1 minute.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this
Yeah.
when I start, so
Yeah.
everyone can see, right? And I'll give you a 10-second head start so that we can start properly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Hi, Lebo. How's it?
Hi.
Lovely, man. I see you always look proper with your sneakers and all that. But I see you traveling a lot, man.
I am, my feet get sore.
So, and I think, you know what, here we've got something that can really assist you in terms of comfort here. If you can have these sneakers and put it on your feet, I can promise you, you won't want to take it off your feet. You want to try the sneakers. It's local
I'm
brand
not
as well.
sure, I'm not
It's local brand as
sure.
well.
But I like Nike.
No, what I want to with this is that when you support the local, you help us so that our children tomorrow we can be able to hire them as well and then grow our economy. So it's more not just about the sneaker as well.
Okay. Let me see. Do you have any other colors?
Yeah. So they are all unisex. The sizes start from 3 to 9. And also, if there's one thing I can tell you about these sneakers is that they'll make you feel so unique and they will give you confidence. Because I can tell you, everywhere you go, everyone is going to ask you about the sneakers.
But I want to match with my husband, and he wears a size 11.
Size 11. No, definitely. We are working on it. It's something that we still are working on it. But I think for you having this for now and to make sure that at least you get that comfort and you become one of our happy customers.
Okay. Oh, guys, why don't you stop me? We have
The time still goes.
1 minute 30. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
that was
see
the
it.
sport. Yeah.
So
Put you on the spot.
So you massage your clients into getting the sneaker.
Yeah, because if also and what I'm telling you is the feedback that they are telling us. It's not just what we decide to say.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you can check this as well.
You like to sell comfort, like that's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
that's your USP, like it's
Definitely.
comfort.
Definitely, because of you've checked now in South Africa, the sneaker culture is rising.
Yeah.
But however, we know that you want to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable, and also, however, you want durability.
Yes.
Because of there've been all this thing as well to say local brand. Can we really design those things? And that's why we decided here. If you can also check the sneakers, there's a lot of layers. There's a lot of work that went on these sneakers. Well, you can really see that we really.
And
did
it's
the work here.
seriously durable.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've been squeezing it
Yeah.
and touching
Yeah.
it, and it really is very durable. Like I look for
Thanks,
that in
Lebo.
sneakers because
Yeah.
I have feet that ruin everything.
Yeah, no, that's definitely how you're gonna feel, Lebo. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Guys, you've heard it from the man himself, the founder of Monosi Movement. That, buy these sneakers and you'll be comfortable all day, but you won't just be comfortable, you'll be stylish too.
absolutely.
Thank you
Dope.
so much for coming onto the podcast.
Yeah,
Like
thank
your story is
you.
incredible. I actually want to buy many pairs now after our conversation because I can relate to you and I understand the whole reasoning behind this, which is cool. I feel like you're not PRing the whole thing. It feels very real to me.
It is.
So thank you for that. Do you have any parting words for
Yeah.
our viewers before we go?
I'll just say two things anyway. I'll just say, okay, firstly, if you are looking to get the sneakers, we are available online. www.monosi with an s.co.za. We are also available on WhatsApp, 083 422 6060.
Say that again.
083 422 6060.
Okay.
On social medias, on Instagram is Monosi Movement. On Instagram and on Facebook is Monosi Sneakers. We also have an app, guys, on App Store.
Oh.
You can download our app so that you can get all those discounts in there and buy our sneakers. And just to wrap up, guys, Lebo, I honestly love what you are doing.
Thank
I
you
think
very
your
much.
content is dope. We are learning a lot as well because we are learning a lot from each and every one of us.
Yeah.
I'll say to the entrepreneurs out there, the ones who are trying to start, believe in your dream, even though no one is believing in it. It's all about you. It's all about you. Honestly, I'll say, when God gave you the dream, no one was there, and it's for no one to understand but you. And keep going. It will be tough, it will be messy, and be prepared to suffer, but remember about the end goal. And thank you so much.
Be prepared to suffer.
It's a given.
No, I'm joking.
It's a given. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This one. Okay, you can find us on Okay, can I start?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. You can find us on Instagram, it's Monosi Movements. On Facebook, we are Monosi Sneakers. And then we also have at WhatsApp, you can call or WhatsApp on 083 422 6060. And also we have our physical stores for those who want to come and experience our dope, unique store as well. We are in Newtown Junction Mall. You can find us there. And we also have our mobile app on Google, on app stores. You'll find it there. It's Monosi Movements. You can download it. You'll get some nice discounts there. You can order from there. And remember, we deliver all nationwide. Delivery is free as well.
Hi, free delivery.
Yes.
Thank you, Monosi, for coming onto the Lebo Lion Show. You're officially a friend of the Lion Show, and we're going to have you back because your story is amazing, but you also have so many invaluable lessons and gems to share with entrepreneurs, and we need that, right? We need as much information as we can get so we can build our businesses. Guys, thank you
so
for
much,
tuning
Lebo.
in. Thank you for everything, and I hope to see more of you wearing Monosi sneakers like me. I'm going to wear them and I'm going to dance around. You guys know how I like doing boomerangs on my Instagram. So I'm going to be doing that. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe this episode. Let your friends, family, colleagues, everybody see it so they can learn the gems or just get to buy a cool pair of sneakers. And also follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok at Lebo Lion _SA and at the Lebo Lion Show. I don't think I have anything else to say. We've said what we need to say today. So without further ado, goodbye. And don't forget that the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Toodles.
Yeah. Yeah. Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Lebo Lion with the tweets. Follow me back to my nest. Lebo Lion with the podcast. Teach you lesson cause I got class. Lebo Lion with the impact. You be lying, that's a real fact.